Hi, I hope everybody's doing well. This is my first and probably worst YouTube video for my channel. I want to introduce myself and try to explain to you why I'm here trying to bend your ear. But first, let me tell you something about who I am and what got me interested in creating this channel. I'm 71 years old, so I have a lot of experience under my belt. I have a master's degree in computer information sciences. I came up in the IT field before the internet was unleashed on the public. My education I owe to the U.S. Army and to DoD, mostly under Navy organizations as a DoD federal employee. There, I had a top secret SCI clearance and worked in SAT programs for about 13 years of my career. So I know a couple of things about SAT programs, security protocols. My time in SAT programs involved black projects in which I only provided IT support for. Everything I ever saw about these various programs or was exposed to, I can't talk about, I retired 5 years ago, which has been nice, but now I'm a little edgy. I felt like doing something, so this is what my ADHD brain seemed to be interested in. I'm a religious person. I believe in God. I believe in the basic premises of the Bible. Like you, I got caught up in COVID, and I spent a lot of time watching YouTube videos and documentaries on various streaming channels. I was drawn toward UFO, UAP topics, and some of it was suspect in the way it was produced, or the content of video was questionable. But then everything changed when the Navy verified that the Tic Tac and the Go Fast video was real and verifiable on multiple military surveillance systems. All of a sudden, the UFO topic was no longer a tinfoil hat craziness. As I watched more revealing UFO reports on YouTube and documentaries, it became clear to me that we're not alone. We're being visited by extraterrestrials. Probably they're unmanned craft. Now I have many questions as to, I'm not sure, like most of you are, who they are. How many different species are visiting us? Why are they visiting us? Are any of them wanting to harm us? Are any of them protecting us? How long have they been coming here? Have they intervened or caused mankind to evolve on a different path? The last statement is more related to what caused me to create this channel. I want to know. I want to know if these beings, if these energies, these balls of light, these ghosts, the description of what people have witnessed throughout the development of mankind, what did they really see? Me personally, in my life, recently, what's made UFOs more interesting to me is I've seen 3 things, and I wonder, how would I explain what I saw to the Pharaoh of Egypt or to Christopher Columbus? One was a still photo I took at night showing a light that was moving back in the distance. It was moving back and forth, making erratic movements. And this was a 30-second shutter speed. And that photo didn't make any sense to me because I know what aircraft look like moving through the skies on a 30-second shutter. And this was like covering too much area and making crazy zigzag motions, and it didn't make sense to me. The second one was 3 or 4 shiny objects that were moving fast in the sky. They could have been a bunch of balloons, I don't know, but it still got me excited. The third was more mind-bending. I was cutting the grass in my backyard, and I stopped to take a break, and I was looking up in the sky, which had a lot of cirrus clouds. Sorry. It was one of those days where the vultures were riding the updrafts and soaring high in the sky, about as high as I've ever seen them. I was watching these two flying together. They were very small in size, about the size of a pencil of lead or smaller. They were flying as they usually do in waving patterns. And then they flew under a cirrus cloud, and I lost track of them. So I was sitting there waiting for them to appear in the blue sky again. And then I saw one, and I was wondering where the other one was. All of a sudden, this black dot that I thought was a vulture started moving in a straight line from above me and streaked across the sky, at which time I noticed it's not a vulture because it went from this high altitude to a lot closer to me. I'm sorry, I don't know how high it was because it went so fast that I literally had to jerk my head from staring at it in the sky to over to the horizon. And I thought it was going to hit the ground. And I was waiting for a boom. And when I didn't hear it, in hindsight, I think it just must have went beyond the horizon and I couldn't see it anymore. This thing went from a tiny speck in the sky to maybe the size of a basketball. It pretty much put me in shock for a little while. That was not a vulture. They can't do that. The experience really shook me up. Now, as a person who believes in God, and I thought, how might this change our understanding of what's really happening throughout our past and what's going on today? The question that begs to be asked is, who's God really? Who are these angels that visited us and gave us instructions and maybe changed the course of our history? Who are the demons that seem to hurt us more than they help us? Did Moses really talk to a burning bush? Or was that the best description he could give for what he saw? I know that they knew what a bush on fire looks like. But a bush that communicated to Moses, well, maybe what he was looking at was so indescribable to his reality that a burning bush was the best description he could think of. And so there we have it. I'm not questioning institutions of religion or the prophets that compose the various scriptures that are used in all the religions of the world. I'm questioning who God is. I'm not questioning God's power or dominion over us. I believe He is our Heavenly Father who created the earth and all living things on it. He caused the flood to happen, everything else that's written in the scriptures. What I wonder about now is we know that we're not alone. And other beings are visiting us. They might look like a human, or they might look like an insect. But one thing I know for sure, they're more intelligent. They have technologies and understanding of science, physics, space, time that we don't understand, and that's probably not the half of it. So, think about it. What do you think? Have you taken the time to open your mind and ponder about things that don't add up? Leave a comment below. Please press the like button. Let me know what you think. And let's see what direction this takes us in.